What we'll be talking about first is what I like to refer to is mail, right? There's so much mail that's really out there. We get mail every day at our house, we get email, and here's a crazy statistic. There's 89, and I don't mean million, I mean billion emails sent every single day. The question is, how many of us into this whole Waldo thing? Where's Waldo? Who played that as a kid, right? You played that as a kid all the way in Australia?
Yeah, we still have Waldo.
That's amazing. Sometimes he's in Australia, right? That's amazing. But how are they going to find your particular email? And there's actually 10 steps you can take. And I know Chris has been waiting for this. 10 steps you can take in order to find that. Now, the most important one is the title of the email. 80% of the reason that someone opens up an email is because of its title. And we saw some of these things earlier today, saw this and thought of you. You've got to make it personal. And as we were saying before, and Rena, I'm going to address this one to you because second time's the charm. Of course, you can have something, my wife thinks I'm having an affair, and what's the punchline to that?
With my business.
Of course, with my business, of course. So do something like that. Now, this has been shown to be successful over and over again. When Barack Obama ran for president in 2012, one of his highest grossing emails that raised so much money simply was titled, Hey, H-E-Y. I tried that, it didn't work for me, Chris, but I don't know, maybe because of what he's running for. So remember, the title has to be something very, very provocative that's going to make someone open it up, all right? Now, in the title, believe it or not, you've got to go negative. I know this is counterintuitive, and I know most of us like Sally, we're very, very positive people, but negative titles get opened more than positive titles. So if you use the words like worst, absolutely, wrong, they're definitely going to open it up. So let me give you a great example of that. What not to include in your return policy will get opened up more than what to include in your return policy, because people are more afraid of making a mistake than doing something right. So number 3, you've got to be exclusive. Anytime you mention the words like VIP, invitation, limited time only, the deadline is Thursday, right? RSVP for this and you get a free gift, those kinds of things. That always works. So for example, your exclusive invitation to a once-a-year event. So we got a couple things going on in this, right? It's exclusive, it only happens once a year. Karen, you're not going to want to miss this, are you?
Not at all.
Absolutely. Number 4, no capital letters, because what do capital letters mean in email? Screaming. You're screaming at them, right? And we don't want to be screaming at people. So no capital letters, and also it has a higher chance of going into spam. The 5th one is you've got to be controversial. But you have to be controversial within your own brand. So I remember when Marissa Mayer from Yahoo said that she wanted all the Yahoo employees to come back to work, that she didn't want them to work from home. And so I wrote an article which was called Marissa Mayer Was Right, People Should Go Back to Work. Now, a lot of the thing was saying that Marissa Mayer was wrong. Anybody could read an article like that. But if you have an email saying Marissa Mayer is right, people want to open that up. So that's important. Number 6, okay, so here are some words you absolutely, positively have to avoid. Free, help, % off, and reminder. Why do we avoid those words? Well, first of all, they get caught up by the spam filter. And secondly, these are the 4 most overword used in email. Everyone's trying to help or give % off a reminder. Number 7. Now, I know you're going to find this really hard to believe, and Chris and I were talking about it earlier off camera, that numbers really matter, right? Everyone wants to know the 7 steps, the 5 steps, the 3 steps, the 13 steps, because basically we want it laid out for us. That's what people open. Has anybody ever read a posting that said the 7 steps to? We'll do it all the time, right? You have to use odd numbers and the number 10. So for example, one we used earlier, 5 reasons stupid people make more money than you. That's the kind of thing that people will open. Keep it short. Remember, over 50% of the time, people are going to be looking at whatever email you're sending on their mobile device. Right? I use the word mobile for Sally's thing. On their cell device, right? 25 characters or less, because that's all they're going to see. Or if they're looking at perhaps in one of their inbox applications, it cuts off many of them after 25 characters, so you want to make sure they see the whole thing. Number 9, there's a lot of ways to actually get help. There's a website called tweakyourbusiness.com, which will create titles for your emails if you just put keywords in there, and they'll give you 50 different choices that you can try out that have a really good chance of getting open. Now, one of the most overlooked thing is what people look in the from field. One of the biggest mistakes that a lot of companies make is they say, this is from my company, this is from Yoga Stream, or this is from fill in your company name, whatever it is. People don't like to get emails from companies. They want to get emails from people. So pick the most recognizable person inside your company. Don't use the word sales at or info at or something like that. It's really impersonal. Now, I've got a lot of these tricks, right? But remember, they're just tricks. Content is always king. People are going to open up really good content, and it's not just going to be any, these kinds of tricks.